Sure.
I wouldn't presume to teach you feminine psychology, but I might add, very humbly, of course,
Yeah.
that if a woman is asked to do something, she's more apt to obey than when she's...
Interesting facts about famous people.
Top 10 Greatest Actors of All Time. American Film Institute. Here are the male actors that AFI considers the greatest of all time. The names and faces that have defined cinema for decades. Almost all have appeared in westerns. Some of the westerns may be classified as a fringe western. Let's have some fun today and celebrate some great characters, faces we all know very well. If you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. Charlie Chaplin. The Gold Rush, 1925, aka The Little Tramp, was irrefutably the defining face of the Hollywood silent era. A prospector goes to the Klondike during the 1890s gold rush in hopes of making his fortune, and is smitten with a girl he sees in a dance hall. Charlie Chaplin stated that this was the film by which he most wanted to be remembered. During a career spanning over 60 years, the Londoner appeared in a staggering 82 motion pictures, many of which he had written and directed himself, from The Kid, The Great Dictator, and The Gold Rush, to Limelight and A King in New York. Chaplin's list of classic films is almost as long as his filmography. Spencer Tracy. Northwest Passage, 1940. Broken Lance, 1954. Bad Day at Black Rock, 1955. The first person to win 2 consecutive Oscars in 1937 and 1938 for Captains Courageous and Boys Town, only equalled 55 years later by Tom Hanks. Seen as America's on-screen dad, Tracy possessed a lovable paternal quality that made him a popular figure. Whether his comedies with Katharine Hepburn, Woman of the Year, and Adam's Rib, his wise paternalistic roles in his later career, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Judgment at Nuremberg, or his dramas, Fury, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, Tracy was great in whatever he made. James Kagney, The Oklahoma Kid, 1939. Tribute to a Bad Man, 1956. Orson Welles said that James Kagney was one of the greatest actors to ever appear in front of a camera, renowned for his perfect comedic timing and as a distinctive orator. Kagney won his only Oscar for Yankee Doodle Dandy, as well as his musical and comic talents. He is one of the greatest gangster actors of all time, delivering performances in films like The Public Enemy and White Heat. He finished his career after 2 decades of retirement, appearing in the underrated swan song, Ragtime.
Fella steals horses, he'll kill anybody gets in his way.
How do you know? You don't know. It could have been the other men. You'll never know. I'll never know.
That cigarette out of your mouth. You ain't playing piano in a hurdy-gurdy place now.
I was smoking a cigarette the first time you saw me, and it wasn't such a place. You told me you loved it. You said it make me look feisty. Do you want me to change?
Good thinking, boy. Good thinking. But it ain't gonna get your horse.
Clark Gable, Call of the Wild, 1935. Gone with the Wind, 1939. Across the Wide Missouri, 1951. Lone Star, 1952. The Tall Men, 1955. The Misfits, 1961. Nicknamed the King of Hollywood, a name attributed to him after the critical success of 1939's Gone with the Wind. Gable had a career spanning 37 years, winning an Academy Award for his performance in It Happened One Night. In 1996, Steven Spielberg bought Gable's only Academy Award and gave it back to the Academy. Gable was another of the early actors who had great comedy skills, at the same time giving intensely emotional performances that deconstructed his celebrity image in films like The Misfits.
I don't feel that way about you, Kay.
Well, don't get discouraged, girl.
Henry Fonda, way too many westerns to mention all. Here are some: The Trail of the Lonesome Pine, Jesse James, Drums Along the Mohawk, The Return of Frank James, The Oxbow Incident, My Darling Clementine, Fort Apache, Once Upon a Time in the West, The Cheyenne Social Club. An avid hobbyist and scoutmaster, Fonda also held the record as the oldest Best Actor Academy Award winner ever for 39 years, having won it for his rendition of On Golden Pond. It was only in 2020 when 83-year-old Anthony Hopkins dethroned Fonda. Father of Jane and Peter Fonda, Henry Fonda mastered the craft across a long career of masterpieces, such as 12 Angry Men, The Grapes of Wrath, The Wrong Man, My Darling Clementine, and Once Upon a Time in the West.
Like that name, Clementine.
Fred Astaire, celebrated more for his choreographic talents than his acting, which makes his ranking a little more remarkable. Astaire broke into the film industry in his 30s after learning his craft on stage over the preceding years, winning a Best Supporting Academy Award in 1975. His legs were insured for $1 million. An interesting life, Astaire became one of the biggest musical stars of all time, thanks to his frequent early work with Ginger Rogers in movies like Top Hat, Shall We Dance, and Swing Time. His career continued with movies like The Bandwagon, Daddy Longlegs, and Finian's Rainbow.
'Tis a rhyme for your lip and a song for your heart, to sing it whenever the world falls apart.
Marlon Brando, Viva Zapata, 1952. One-Eyed Jacks, 1961. The Appaloosa, 1966. The Missouri Breaks, 1976. The Brave, 1997. Arguably best known for his role of mob boss Vito Corleone in Francis Ford Coppola's gangster epic, The Godfather. A two-time Academy Award winner, having claimed the prestigious award for Best Male Lead in 1954's On the Waterfront, and in 1972 for The Godfather, which he notably declined in protest. Brando was a revered method actor and goes down as one of the most important acting influences of all time. Considered to be notoriously difficult, Brando changed the face of acting with his performances in A Streetcar Named Desire, Apocalypse Now, and The Last Tango in Paris. Even his role in 1978's Superman, the movie set a precedent for hiring well-established character actors in superhero movies for supporting roles to give them legitimacy.
They will kill you.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, then I never was too much afraid of a horse thief.
James Stewart has too many westerns to list all. Here are a few: Destry Rides Again, Winchester 73, Broken Arrow, Bend of the River, The Naked Spur, The Man from Laramie, Two Rode Together, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, Cheyenne Autumn, The Rare Breed, Bandolero, The Shootist. Having starred in over 25 films, including the critically celebrated The Philadelphia Story, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Actor. After a 5-year military hiatus, his return to the big screen was with It's a Wonderful Life, reuniting Stewart with director Frank Capra. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, You Can't Take It With You. It was with Alfred Hitchcock that he made his most famous movies: The Rope, Vertigo, Rear Window, and The Man Who Knew Too Much. However, Stewart's excellent run of darker Western films with director Anthony Mann shouldn't go overlooked.
Shoot me?
Shooting's too good for you.
What did I do to you? Tell me, what did I do? I got a right to know.
Yeah, I guess a man's got a right to know what he's gonna die for.
Carrie Grant, born and raised in England, Carrie Grant always demonstrated a talent for performing. Joining the circus at 16, Grant travelled the world before finding his home as a Hollywood icon, an influential figure during the Hollywood Golden Age. Grant embodied the quintessentially good-looking male lead, regarded as one of classic Hollywood's most debonair leading men. The brilliant Carrie Grant starred in a slew of unforgettable cinematic masterpieces. An original member of the Rat Pack, the North by Northwest star retains his place as the American Film Institute's second best actor of all time. From his brilliant comedies, Bringing Up Baby, Arsenic and Old Lace, to his amazing romantic thrillers, To Catch a Thief, Charade, Grant was golden. Humphrey Bogart, The Oklahoma Kid, 1939, Virginia City, 1940, The Treasure of Sierra Madre, 1948. Bogart, or Bogey as we knew him, began his acting career on Broadway alongside Spencer Tracy, having previously found employment in the Navy. Receiving his inaugural feature film credit in the 1930s, A Devil with Women, Bogart would go on to star in iconic black and white movies that would change his era and cinema in general. Starting as a supporting actor, he was very quickly recognised. Eventually, his only Oscar for Best Actor for 1952's The African Queen, he clearly deserved more Academy recognition for his role in Casablanca, In a Lonely Place, The Treasure of Sierra Madre, and The Maltese Falcon.
That mom like it was a real woman. Even a lot better to me than any woman I ever knew.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.